Listen. We're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. Finishing top 3. We're in the Champions League. Where's Liverpool? Not there. Where's Chelsea? Not there. Where's Spurs? Not there. Oh my God! You're not going blind.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Sean here, checking in for the United View, the match report of the game. Manchester United versus FC Copenhagen. The game held at Old Trafford has finished 1-0 to Manchester United. How have Manchester United taken all 3 points? Manchester United Football Club, I love you forever, but sometimes you got to stop putting us fans through these emotional roller coasters. This season has been already tough as it is. Oh my goodness. I was excited about the game. I was solemn. I was thinking about Sir Bobby Charlton. Of course, my thoughts go out to Sir Bobby Charlton and his family during this very difficult time, and may he rest in peace. I was thinking about all of these things, and then I was excited, and then I was hopeful, and then the game started, and I was furious. I was livid, and then I got happy, and then I got furious again, and then I got nervous, and then my head was gone, and then I was ecstatic. The emotional roller coaster. Manchester United fans, I'm sure you guys watching at home could probably relate to what I went through. It was insane. But let's talk about the game, because the first half was unacceptable. Unacceptable. How has Manchester United been this poor? This first half was probably the worst first half that I've ever seen. I'm looking on the bench, and I had to do a double take because I couldn't tell if the Dutchman sitting on that bench was Erik ten Hag or Louis van Gaal. This looked like Louis van Gaal's tricky Reds. We looked so lethargic, so turgid, so static with the ball. These players can't string 5 passes without being fluid in transition. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. Scott McTominay, I thought he was growing an afro, looking like Marwan Fellaini in midfield. It was all over again, Louis van Gaal's 2016 vibes. I could not see what was happening. It looked so poor. There was a point where Amrabat, he tackled himself. There was a point where Antony took the ball and drove it straight out, as if he was being controlled by a FIFA player controller, just drove it straight out of bounds. I had no idea what was going on. It looked so bad for Manchester United. It was so frustrating. I can't tell if the occasion has gotten to them. I can't tell if the pressure has gotten to them. I can't tell if they're just bad. It's so unacceptable how poor the quality drops when it drops. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford has been at the forefront of the poor performances. It looks like they're undroppable. That first half, I was hoping for them to be dropped, because that first half, they were gashed. They couldn't do anything. And yes, maybe if we could provide a bit of devil's advocate, maybe Bruno Fernandes, who was missing and anonymous in that first half alongside a lot of the other Manchester United players, maybe that was the case because Bruno had to play a lot deeper, considering the fact that we were missing Casemiro, and Sofian Amrabat was sort of in that single pivot-ish role, but it was more of a triangle with Sofian and Bruno tucked in a lot deeper. Of course, Erik ten Hag understanding it's a Champions League game. We have to be a little bit more structured and a bit more safer defensively. And we left Scott McTominay up top. Scott McTominay at the 10. I told you guys Scott McTominay is a much better offensive player than having asked to do a job in midfield. He is not a holding midfield player. That is not his game. That is not his dance. You know what I mean? It's just not a part of his DNA as a footballer. But going forward, yeah, maybe he could have been a little bit better, but he completed 13 passes in his entire first half performance. It was not good enough. It was not. He tried his best. I could see that he was trying really hard, but trying hard, it wasn't good enough. Antony, not good enough yet again. Rasmus Højlund doing so much work physically, constantly having a defender touch tight. He was pressing so hard. The man was wrestling and struggling. If you've ever wrestled professionally or just casually for 3 minutes, you will be gassed at how exhausting it is to beat another man who is at his full strength when you're touch tight, trying to wrestle each other. Rasmus Højlund did that for 60, 70 minutes today. How much can he do? How much more can he do? Marcus Rashford, I thought he was a little bit better, but not really. The first half showed it was the same of what we've been seeing. It was just not good enough for all of the Manchester United players. The only 2 players in particular that I thought was okay was Raphael Varane and maybe a little bit of Sofian Amrabat, just a little bit. I was hoping that these boys were going to get rollicked in the halftime by Erik ten Hag. And when they went into the dressing room, I was hoping and praying that something would change, and it did. Starting off with Christian Eriksen coming on for Sofian Amrabat at the start of the half. I wasn't sure if it was an injury-related change or if it was a tactical change, but it was the right change. I thought Erik ten Hag was going to get blamed for that first half performance because it just looked so bad from a tactical shape perspective. But that second half, with Christian Eriksen coming in, Manchester United looked a lot more fluid. That transition from the initial third to the middle third looked a lot more progressive, and it looked a lot more natural, much smoother. And I love that about Christian Eriksen. He had a brilliant second half game today. So shout outs to Christian Eriksen as well. But that change was the start. Manchester United looked like they were controlling the game more. Copenhagen looked like they were getting pegged back a bit more. And fair play and credits to Copenhagen because in the first half, they were completely in cruise control. They looked so smooth. They looked like they were playing the game for fun. And in the second half, you can clearly tell that the pressure was starting to slowly mount where Manchester United were just keep pinning them back. But it was pinning them back with no sauce and no end product because we weren't scoring. And somehow Harry Maguire gets his head to a brilliant cross from Christian Eriksen. He picks that out. How is it that we have all of these wingers inverting, exverting, if that's even a word, waving, running, sprinting, whatever, doing all this shit, can't put a proper bend. And Christian Eriksen, who comes on playing against a Danish side, a beauty of a cross, perfect bend, the perfect loft right into the forehead of Harry Maguire. Brilliant goal, and I couldn't be any more happier for Harry Maguire. I'm going to talk about Andre Onana's save as well, but Harry Maguire deserves his flowers. He's been at the forefront, alongside Andre Onana, at the forefront of a lot of scrutiny from Manchester United fans and opposition fans alike. And don't get me wrong, I am not sitting here saying that I've been protecting Harry Maguire all the time. Here are the facts. Harry Maguire, the past few years, has not been good enough. Those are facts, and he should have left Manchester United. But he did not, and he remained a Manchester United player at the start of the season. We needed to back him. And yes, it's about the performances. I'm pretty straightforward and I'm pretty realistic in that sense. My name is Good Vibes John, but I'm not here to biasly inflate players. If they're not playing well, then I'm going to criticize them for it. But some fans took that criticism too far. There's a line between criticism and abuse, and some fans took it a little too far, in my view. And Harry Maguire, I felt bad for him. Same for Andre Onana. But those two players persevered, and Harry Maguire in particular has had a phenomenal string of performances these past few games. I always said that Harry Maguire's weakest point and potential Achilles heel is his own confidence, because in that first half, when there was a ball pressing coming towards him, it was a bit of a 50-50 between himself and the Copenhagen player. And what did he do? That ball is a 50-50. Instead of clearing it out or doing something safe with it, he decided to just chip it and dink it sideways. And the ball spilled to a Copenhagen player. And Manchester United were in a dangerous situation that moment. Harry Maguire, I just want him to keep things simple. It's all about the fundamentals and building your foundation. If you're shit out of confidence, if you're completely drained of any sort of motivation or confidence or inspiration, you got to reset and restart. You got to build those building blocks one at a time. And Harry Maguire was getting there. I thought he was going to lose it after that situation in that first half, but he completely proved me wrong. And that second half performance with that goal to cap was absolutely phenomenal from Harry Maguire. I just want to give a special mention to Raphael Varane as well. Champions League Varane, how good is he? I wish he joined us way sooner. There's a subtle calmness and coolness that comes with the strength and composure of Raphael Varane. I love Champions League Varane so much. There's a reason why he's won multiple Champions Leagues. I wish he joined us sooner. He had a phenomenal game alongside Harry Maguire. I was going to give Harry Maguire the man of the match today because of that goal. He was phenomenal. But Andre Onana, he comes up clutch. How? What a save. Andre Onana, again, like Harry Maguire, has been at the forefront of a lot of scrutiny. Andre Onana does not help himself sometimes, but you can clearly tell that the saves that he makes, the decisions that he takes, he looks like he's devoid of confidence. And today, he was making saves better in quality and better in count than in the past few games. The saves weren't world class. It didn't look clean. But I kept saying it in my live stream. The more saves he makes, the more contact he has with saving a ball and grabbing it and maintaining control is going to help build that confidence. And Andre Onana slowly started building rhythm. His saves looked cleaner, and he made that one great save following that shot from number 10. I forgot his name, but he made a phenomenal save. And I was like, oh, Onana's having a great game today. I'm happy for him. And then when Scott McTominay gave away that penalty, I was like, there's no way on God's green earth this is happening. And I couldn't look, but Onana came through with the save. I could have cried if I didn't throw up first. Like, it was insane how amazing this moment was. And Onana, I think at the end, he said, I'm just doing my job, you know. I wish it were that easy, Andre, huh? Anyways, guys, what a game. 3 points. this was a must-win game if Manchester United were going to stay in the Champions League. Must-win game. We have to be better. Galatasaray is going to be tricky. Bayern Munich is going to be a mountain to climb. But if we're going to have, and we have to play Copenhagen at their home as well. If we're going to have any chance of being in the Champions League, even if we want to, we have to perform better. We have to build on this. Like I said before, it's about foundation. Forget about the past few months. I know it's been poo-poo. I know it's been trash. But let's just build on it. It's about keeping things simple. Marcus Rashford, when he got switched with Garnacho coming down and Marcus Rashford starting on the right-hand side, you're a little bit more limited as a winger if your strength is playing on the inverted foot. If Marcus Rashford's right foot and he plays on the left-hand side, he's a lot more inclined and probably wanting to take players on, trying to tangle the opposition's legs and trying to get a little techie. But if you're a natural right-footed player on the right-hand side, you're more inclined to just keep things simple and just take the touch and hit the cross on the run. And Marcus Rashford looked a little bit more comfortable on that right-hand side, which is bizarre considering the fact that I've always only rated Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side because he usually looked pretty poor on the right. But in this case, Marcus Rashford might prosper playing on the right-hand side if he continues to keep things simple. It's about building. It's about just keeping things simple and building your layer one layer at a time. That's how it works in life, isn't it? For me, my man of the match, I was going to give it to Harry Maguire. At one point, I wanted to give it to Varane. I even had thoughts about Christian Eriksen, but I'm going to have to give it to Andre Onana. Wonderful saves. Great number of saves, and of course, that penalty save in the end, as well as keeping a clean sheet. I am happy for Harry Maguire. I am happy for Andre Onana. I am happy for Erik ten Hag. I am happy for all of us Manchester United fans. What a day. I am exhausted. I got to go take a shower. It has just been an absolute insane day. But if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the United View. Hit that subscribe button below, and hit that like button. It's free for the algorithm, and it's free, and it helps the algorithm. My brain is freaking fried. Sorry, guys. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to catch more of me in action, please consider subscribing to my channel. The links are in the description below. Right, Owen? Yeah, that's it for me for today, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manchester United, for making my week. What an absolutely incredible, insane roller coaster of a game and 3 points. That's it for me, guys. Be happy, be healthy, take care of your loved ones, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.